Yo, RX back with another breakdown of UFC 308. Topuria versus Holloway, Whittaker, and Chimaev, etc., etc. We back with another breakdown of a card that is, well, what can I say? You don't ever know. This card's fucking great. Yeah, 308. I think most people have been waiting for this card since it's been announced. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a really fun card. Ilya and Max, banger. Rob and Hamzat finally happening. As of right now, you know, Hamzat still got time. Ankalaya fighting Ratchik for no reason. Murph and Ige is a banger. Geoff, Neal, and Naurdiev is a fun little fight. Not my favorite fight, but fun little fight. Orolbai is back, bro. Ferreira, Chris Barnett. So it's a fun card, man. It's an early one, starting at 10 a.m. Main card at 2 p.m. So it's obviously in the Abu Dhabi Etihad Arena. So yeah, it's a fun pay-per-view. The last good pay-per-view of the year was 309 and 310 being garbage. So yeah, I'm excited for this. We definitely deserve this after two Apex cards. Yeah, they were decent Apex cards, but still Apex cards. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. You got a lot of big names and a lot of interesting fights. So only 13 fights. Well, 13 fights, actually still a decent number of fights. It's rare to get that many, so can't complain about that. And yeah, a few debuting fighters. Let's see what happens, man. I can keep rambling about the card, or I can actually break it down. I'd rather do the latter, so let's stop rambling. I'm excited for this card. You're probably excited for this card. Everyone's excited for this card. So let's break down this card. Before I do, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2024. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't believe I am. Am I? No, I think talk about everything I could think about off to start it. So let's stop wasting time. UFC 308. You ready? I'm ready. 13 fights. Let's break them down. Not sure how long this breakdown will actually be because the prelims are full of debut, not full, but have a couple debut fights, and I think there's a good amount of fights on this card that are pretty easy fights. So we'll see how long this breakdown is. We did lose a fight during the week, and we did have a. Did we have an opponent change during the week? Yeah. So yeah, a few changes to this card. We did, like, so we lost Said and Magomedov. We've had fucking a few changes. Then we start off the card with a change, so let's get into that. And then our first fight of the night, we begin in the welterweight division with a fight that is okay. It was meant to be a better fight, but of course someone had to pull out, which now it's a lesser fight, and they didn't find a really good replacement, so that happens, but what can you really do? And then our first fight of the night in the welterweight division, we have Rinat Gladiator Fakhretdinov versus Carlos the Lion Leal. Who the fuck is Carlos Leal? Carlos is stepping in for Nursultan Ruziboyev, who pulled out about last week. Leal pulled in, or stepped in about, I'd say, was it Monday? Tuesday? Something like that. Should have been Phil Rowe, because I saw him calling for this fight, and we actually know who the fuck that is. But they picked some random dude no one's ever heard of, who's pretty much just cannon fodder. Or if you listen to Twitter, oh, he's better than Phil Rowe. Yeah, let's fucking see it. So, yeah. So, we're starting off tonight with an opponent change. Nah, not thrilled about it, but really Boyev for now would have been fun, but that also kind of been a fucking mauling, so, yeah. But this is the fight we get to begin tonight, so let's get into it. We begin with Rinat Fakhretdinov. Rinat in the UFC is 4-0-1. His 4 wins are not grappling matches. His 4 wins are Andreas Mitrulaitis, Brian Battle, Kevin Lee, and Nicholas Dalby. And his 1 draw was with Zaleski. Rinat's an interesting case. I think the dude has a lot of talent and potential, but he has looked pretty mid in his last 2 fights. In the first 3 UFC fights, he cannot look better. Squashing Mitrulaitis, the guy that Pereira knocked down his debut. Yeah, now you know who he is. Mauling a Brian Battle, who came in on short notice, so it wasn't the best Brian Battle, but still, that was Battle's last and only L in the UFC up to this point. And then squashing Kevin Lee in 55 seconds, making him retire for the 5th time. So he started off really good, and then in his last 2 fights, he fought Zaleski last year to a very close fight. Definitely that fight started showing the holes in his game. Excuse me. And then Dalby was another close fight. I'd say a little more favorable for Rinat there, but still it wasn't as close as the Zaleski fight. So yeah, Rinat's been weird. He has all the potential. He has okay striking, he has good power. His cardio is very fucking iffy. He's looked tired halfway through the second. We know his ground game's great, but he actually has to get to the ground, which he's not really been able to do. So, I get he's fought 2 very, very good veterans who are fighting each other, funny enough, in a few weeks, but he's fought 2 very good veterans in back-to-back fights, but he's not looked that great. So, this is a very good fight for him. He's getting a layup against some nobody. He should be able to look like the Rinat we know, and he should be able to come in here and look good. And this should be his last win before getting a ranked fight. He was ranked at one point. He was number 15 for a few weeks, but that quickly changed. So I don't know. I want to see Rinat look like Rinat again, because I think the dude has potential, but he just has to show it. So again, he's getting pretty much a hand-picked win here. So get this win, look good, and then get a top 15 fight. Simple strategy. Let's see if Rinat can pull it off. I'll give him benefit of the doubt. Dalby and ZDS are good. If you want to be a top prospect, you gotta look better against those kind of guys. So, yeah. Hey, if you're having tough fights with those guys, how are you gonna do against Neal Magny, the king of prospect fighting? So, yeah. I don't know. Rinat. Let's see if he can show up as Rinat this time. He hasn't in a while. To talk about his opponent, Carlos Leal. Who the fuck is Carlos Leal? Obviously making his UFC debut after stepping in on very short notice. Again, I think this fight got announced Sunday between Sunday and Tuesday. I believe it was it's one of those 3 days. Again, it should have been someone like Phil Rowe, who people actually heard of, but they wanted to go with Rinat, or they wanted to go with Carlos Leal, my bad. And yeah, this guy's going to just get beat up. Looking at it where he was in PFL, which is already a bad sign. He lost to that Psy dude twice. Take that what you will. Beat David Zawada, that's a UFC reject. Beat Ray Cooper, that's a fine fighter. Anyone else even notable? Not really. So his best win is Ray Cooper, which is a decent win. He's on a 2-fight winning streak against complete fucking nobodies. Maybe he can come in here and do a fucking Cameron Smotherman, get a shocking victory, but against Rinat, I doubt it. So yeah, good luck, Leal. You have 10 knockouts, which against Rinat, who's not the greatest of strikers. Maybe you could get a nice shot, because I think Dalby did drop him. But yeah, outside of that, good luck, man. Good luck. Hey, you were in PFO, and you didn't even win that much in PFO. You were 5-2. Come on. Good luck, man. Should have been 4-0. The betting after this fight, I have Rinat at -260 to +210. yeah, you could have him fucking minus 300, 350. He's gonna win this fight. Like, what the fuck is this Leal dude gonna do? Rinat should just maul him. He should just take him down and beat him. Like, striking wise, I guess Rinat probably doesn't want to do that when I see 10 knockouts on this dude's record. But even then, Rinat's striking is not good, but he has power. So, and he is trying to get to striking better, which is good to see. And, yeah, but he shouldn't really play that game here. Just get the quick, easy win, get into the get a top 15 fight, and go from there. So, give me Rinat by decision. Should not be a hard fight. This guy's a fucking nobody, and unless he comes in here and pulls off a fucking miracle to begin the night, which I doubt it, I'm gonna go Rinat Fakhretdinov by decision. Not the lock of the night. Definitely in competition to be, but yeah, Rinat by decision. Safe, easy pick. Just don't get knocked out. I don't know what other way he would lose this fight. So yeah, don't get knocked out. Rinat by decision to begin the night. Not a terrible fight. Not a great one. At least it's starting off with a name like Rinat. So yeah, Rinat by decision. After that, we head to our second fight of the prelims. In the middleweight division, we move up 15 pounds. As we have a fight that makes no fucking sense, but it's UFC, that's every fight. As in our second fight of the night, in the middleweight division, we have Bruno Bilado Silva versus Ismail Naurdiev. No, it's Naurdiev is what I'm gonna say. I don't know where the fuck that R comes in the middle of his name, but fuck it. Yeah, this fight's not the greatest. It's a fight. Like, you see a lot of L's here, and then this dude is new, not really. So this fight is a guy who's been fighting for a job versus a dude who's already had a UFC job and sucked and got cut. Great fight, guys. Why the fuck is this happening? Let's just get into it. We will begin with Bruno Silva, a guy who I've broken down 100 of his fucking fights by now. In the UFC, he is 4-5. His 4 wins are Wellington Turman, Andrew Sanchez, Jordan Wright, and Brad Tavares. His 5 losses are, well, 4 losses, let's be honest. Alex Ferreira, GM3, Brendan Allen, and Shara Bullet. And that Chris Weidman fight should have been a DQ. If anything, a no contest. So if anything, he should either be 5-4 or 4-4-1. So I'm leaning more 5-4, because that should have been a DQ. Because dude literally got poked in the eye, finished. So, but why would the commission overturn something? Bruno is a weird fighter. He started off as a really nice prospect. Like, obviously 3 wins in a row, yes, against the bottom of the barrel competition, but still. And then he fought Alex Pereira. You know how that's gonna go. But then he fought GM3 as a ginormous favorite and got beat. Not good. Then he knocked out Brad Tavares, and that was the last time he's won. And that was over a year ago. He lost to Brendan Allen, understandable. Lost to Shara in his debut. He looked okay there, and then the Weidman bullshit. So in his last 5, he's I would say 2-3, 1-3-1 if you wanna be honest about it. So he has talent. He has good power. Ground game's alright, I guess. He's been submitted 7 times. Doesn't seem like it. He's a veteran at this point, but he is 35 years old. He is getting older. So I don't mind Bruno. I think he's a perfectly fine fighter, but I don't know. He really needs to win here. It's cool that he's giving him one more chance after that bullshit Weidman fight. So we'll see what he can do. If anything, they're pretty much handing him a win here, which is cool, because the dude has done a lot for them. fought Pereira, or went early in Pereira's UFC run, fought Shara in his debut, fucking, like, he's done a lot for them, made both of them look decent and win, so, I don't know, it's a weird case, and he's fighting for his job here, or no, here, and he's definitely gone, but he shouldn't take an L here, so, yeah, 35 years old. He's not the best fighter, but he should not lose this fight. To talk about his opponent, Ismail Naurdiev from Morocco, right? Yeah, the only other fighter from there that I can think of is Youssef Zalal, another guy who was cut and rejoined this year, so interesting. Ismail in the UFC went 2-2 in his first run. His 2 wins were against, where the fuck are they? Michael Perez, I think that's the dude. I think that guy fought Shavkat, and then I'm not gonna pretend to try and say that bullshit. And his 2 losses were to whoever the fuck that is, and Sean Brady. I get going 2-2 ain't the worst, but like, you lost Sean Brady, ew. And all 4 of your fights were boring decisions, ew. So, and since getting cut, he's went 4-3. What the fuck is he doing back? Like, in his last 3 fights, he's 1-2. Why is he back? He's not good. Like, you've seen firsthand proof he's not good. You cut him, he still ain't good. And what the fuck? What, did he fucking, does he have something on Dana we don't know about? Why is this motherfucker back? Like, he's not good. I don't know if I watched his first UFC fights. I don't remember him. Mainly because all his fights went to goddamn decision. But like, shit, man. He's not good. No good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you really wanted me to say about this guy. He sucked before, and he's probably gonna suck again. Clearly, since getting cut, going 4-3. Great. You didn't even go to like a decent promotion. You went to fucking regional scene, Brave or whatever. Like, what the fuck? Clearly, the betting odds are on fucking crack. The betting odds have Ismail at -125 to +105. I think he's even a bigger favorite by now. I think he's like -170, some bullshit. Bruno Silva should be like -200 almost. Like, I would say -195, but like, how the fuck is he the underdog here? Like, I get it, Serena Rowe is bad. This Ismail dude fucking blows. He got cut for a reason. He's garbage. Since getting cut, he went 4-3 against nobodies. The most notable dude he has fought is Sean Brady, who's ass. So, like, I'm Pappy Tapology smart-ish. Like, Bruno should win this fight. But the second I saw these betting odds, I was like, huh? Like, I'm 100% going Bruno Silva here. Like, I was gonna go Bruno Silva when I saw his fight announced, and when I saw the betting odds, I'm definitely going Bruno. I don't know what people are saying. I don't know. Maybe he has a record that's really not showing the truth of how good he is. Well, Ismail, I should say, but I doubt it. Number 1 Middle East fucking middleweight. Sure, buddy. Give me Bruno Silva. Does he get it? Does he get a finish? I feel like he's just gonna want to get a nice decision. Like, just get a win, dude. Yeah, I'm leaning decision. Like, I could see him KOing Ismail, but I feel like he might just get the calm, safe decision. Ismail has lost in all 3 ways. A good amount of times he's been knocked out twice. So he can lose anyway. Knockout, submission, decision. I'm gonna lean decision probably. I think Bruno's just gonna want to get the win. He's not gonna go out there and fight crazy. Just win. So, which is smart. On a 3-fight skid, really, and the bullshit he's been through on that 3-fight skid, he just get the win and save your job. So maybe we know the UFC could cut you after a win, but if the bullshit he has to deal with, don't cut him. So, I'll stop rambling about this fight. Give me Bruno Silva by decision. I don't know what these betting odds are thinking. I think Bruno should be minus 195. And, yeah, outside of that, see what happens. Maybe this Ismail dude is like Yusuf Zalal and just comes in here and shuts me up. I doubt it. I was going to say another fighter, because I think another fighter got cut and came back, but I don't remember, so. Yeah, let's see. Maybe Morocco has another fighter with a fucking kink for coming back and winning, but I highly doubt it. So, Bruno Silva by decision. I could see a finish, but I'm just going to go safe play and go decision. Let's see what happens. Silva by decision. After that, we go to our third fight of the night in the bantamweight division. Another pretty easy fight to predict, in my opinion, but I guess I could always be wrong. But here, I highly doubt it. And then our third fight of the night, we go to bantamweight for a fine fight between Ferocious Farid Basharat versus Victor Striker Hugo. Fine, fine fight here. Nothing that great about it. It's probably the highest level fight so far. Not saying much when we have Bruno, Silva, and then Rinat before that. So this fight's decent, I guess, but I'm not really that hyped about it. But it's a fight. I guess could be fun. It's bantamweight. They're usually fun. If Bracatona can have a fucking fight of the year contender last week, anyone can. And, yeah, not really much more to say there, so let's just get into this fight. We begin with Farid Basharat. Farid in the UFC at 3-0, coming off Contender Series. His 3 wins are Blackshear, Clayton Rodriguez, and Taylor Lapilus. Good win, Blackshear and Lapilus in your first 3 UFC fights. Tough fights, but he was able to look good in those fights. And then he was able to finish Clayton Rodriguez. He looked really good. I can't really say much else. Has he been the most exciting? No, because he usually just takes guys down and beats them, but he's looked good. Like, again, Lapilus is only L in the UFC since coming back. Damon Blackshear is a really good fighter to beat in your debut. So, he's a good fighter. And at this point, he's definitely jumped his brother. He's better than Javid. Since Javid did just lose. It was a close fight, but still. So, yeah, like, I think Farid's good. He's a really good prospect in the bantamweight division. 27 years old. If he can get his 4th win here, you can really start putting him in talks for a ranking. And, maybe not ranking, but for a fight like that against, say, Miles Johns or someone like that who's always, like, the guy right outside the rankings. And, yeah, besides that, not really sure what you want me to say about Farid. He's just really good. He's gonna take you down and beat you. He can strike a little, but he hasn't had to, so, yeah. To talk about his opponent, Victor Hugo. I've never been impressed with Hugo. He is 1-0 in the UFC, coming off Contender Series. I've not been impressed in either of his first 2 fights I've seen of him. On Contender Series, I thought he looked mid. Against Pedro Falcao, I thought he looked terrible. So, yeah, I've not been impressed with him. He missed weight when he was meant to fight Daniel Marcos. Like I said, I've not been impressed with Hugo. I haven't seen nothing from him to impress me. And now he's fighting Farid Basharat. Yeah, this might not go good for him. So, like, maybe this dude can if this dude can finally look good here, then he'll impress me. But until then, I'm not, or like I get he has a nice record. Like, I just have not seen anything special from this dude. I get he's on a long-ass winning streak, 14 in a row, but how many of those are against fucking cans? So, I don't know. I've not been impressed, and he's kind of just cannon fodder here in my opinion, so not very much else I can say. He's a striker, probably gonna have to be the grappler of this fight if he wants any bit of a chance to win. The big answer is fight. Farid Basharat minus 500 plus 380. I agree. You could have him even a bigger favorite than that. You could have him up to minus fucking 700, I think. He's my lock of the night. Which I guess ain't that big of a shock due to minus 500. He should win this fight. I really don't see how he could lose this fight if Pedro Falcao, or whatever the fuck his name was, can look pretty decent against Hugo. Farid should beat him. He's better on the ground, on the feet. He shouldn't really be striking with him. I think he's a little bigger, 1 inch tall. I don't know if they're about the same size. Farid should just dominate this fight. I just don't see how he doesn't. I'm not really sure what you want me to say. I don't think Hugo really has much of a chance here against a good fighter when he looked shit against a bad fighter in his last fight, so. Like, the only way I could see Farid really losing this fight if he got caught in a fluke-ass submission, which I just don't see happening. So, give me Farid Basharat by decision. I think he just mauls this dude. I think he's way better than Hugo. I've been more impressed with him than I have been with Hugo, and that's why my lock of the night, give me Farid Basharat by decision. Hugo, impress me, because if you don't, you're just gonna get mauled. Basharat by decision, my lock of the night. Decent fight though. After that, we get to the main event of the night, the real main event. By the way, there was no early prelims. I think it's just all one card, so that's why I'm not doing early prelims, etc. But now for our fourth fight of the night, we have the real main event, the people's main event. The GOAT is back, as in our fourth fight of the night. We head to the heavyweight division for a fucking banger between Kennedy, African Savage, and Nzechukwu versus Chris Beast Boy Barnett. Beast Boy is back. The GOAT is back. Jokes aside, this is a funny fight. This is a fucking weird, a fight I would never expect to see. And this fight's changed a couple times. So it's funny. This fight was meant to be. So it started as Justin Tafa versus Marcus Rogerio de Lima. Oh no, my bad. It started as de Lima versus Nzechukwu. So it's been Nzechukwu on the card the whole time. So it's been de Lima versus Nzechukwu, then it turned to Tafa, and now it turned to Barnett. And then Barnett was meant to fight like a few weeks ago, but he had some problems, and he lives in Florida, so you know they had the fucking hurricanes and all that. So a lot of shit happened with this fight, but we finally got here. Nzechukwu versus Barnett. Barnett's finally back. Can't fucking wait. Let's go. Yeah, not very much else to say about the fight. It's gonna be fun. Someone's probably gonna get knocked out, and yeah, let's talk about these fighters. We'll begin with Kennedy and Nzechukwu. Nzechukwu in the UFC is 6-5. His 6 wins are Darko Stolcik, Carlos Alberg, that's aged pretty well, Danilo Marquez, Carl Robertson, Ian Cutelaba, and Devin Clark. His 5 losses are Paul Craig, Da-Woon Jung, Nego Mariano, Dustin Jacoby, and OSP. Of course, he came off Contender Series. This dude has all the potential in the world. He has good striking, he has good power. He's been a young, good fighter. But he just, I don't know if it's mental issues or what, but he's just not been able to put together. He goes on a nice winning streak, then gets dropped by Dustin Jacoby. He gets handed an easy fight against OSP and loses. Fucking Da-Woon Jung putting him out cold. It's like, what the fuck? Like, he can look good. He beat Carlos Alberg somehow, and then he's been so inconsistent. He looks great against Devin Clark, then loses. Looks great against Carlos Alberg, and loses. It's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, I'm happy he's moving up to heavyweight. Maybe that's his key. The dude's ginormous. Fucking 6'5". He's a heavyweight size. I think he might have been, was he the tallest light heavyweight? Maybe for a minute. Like, he he needs to do something. He needs to fix something, and if heavyweight's what he has to do, that's what he has to do. Cause he's on, after that OSP fight, he's lucky he didn't get cut. You got beat by OSP. So, you have to figure out something, and if moving up a weight class, is that something? Let's see it. Let's see it. We've seen it, we saw in media day photos, he didn't really get fat, he just kind of bulked up a little bit. So we'll see, maybe this unlocks the Nzechukwu that we've seen with all his potential. I don't know. Because, again, I think dude has all the talent, he just needs to fucking show it. Consistently. So, and we know how shallow heavyweight is. 2 good wins, you can be in the top 15. So, let's see what Kennedy can do at heavyweight. I'm intrigued. The dude has potential. Let's fucking see it. And then for Chris Barnett, now, talk about the GOAT, the meme god himself. It's a shame Nzechukwu is fighting Barnett, because anyone else, I'd be more intrigued to see how he looks. Here I hope he gets knocked out, because he's fighting the GOAT. What do I need to tell you about Chris Barnett? He's 2-2 in UFC. His 2 wins are John Vellante and Jay Collier. His 2 losses are Ben Rosswell and Martin Boudet. He's super short, super fat, and he's super fun. Like, is he a good fighter? Fuck no. He's terrible. But that's why we love him. He's just stupid. He's a stupid fat dude that we all love. Like Derek, not even like Derek Lewis. He makes Derek Lewis look tame. Like, it's a shame Barnett's been on the sidelines for 2 years, because he's a fun dude to have around. So, and thank God he's fighting a striker here, because he's fought grapplers before and he got fucking mauled. So, it's good to have Barnett back. Is he gonna win this fight? No. I'd be fucking shocked. But is it good to just see him fight again? Yes. The dude's my fucking profile pick on Twitter, just because it's Chris Barnett, and I wouldn't be shocked if he got cut after this, since he does barely fight, and that would make him 2-3 in the UFC. Probably his contract, he probably signed him to a 5-fight deal. So, and he is 38 years old, but if he can go out here and win, or just look good, then we're in business, man. So, we all love Beast Boy. We hope he wins. I doubt it, but we can only hope. Good to have him back after 2 years. The bang on first fight, I have Kennedy and Nzechukwu minus 550 to plus 400. Yeah, it's kind of hard to disagree. I'd move him down a little bit, because I don't know if he should be that big of a favorite, because I think he's that big against OSP. Excuse me. I would have Nzechukwu probably minus, I think 300 sounds good. I think 300 is the prime number to put him at. It's kind of hard to put him a little higher than that. He should, like, because again, it is Nzechukwu guy who just choked against OSP in 2024. But outside of that, yeah, of course I'm going Chris Barnett, no fucking question. Barnett knockout in the first, always. But do I actually think it's gonna win? No. I think Nzechukwu's probably going to just bully him, and I think it's gonna be like the Martin Boudet fight. I think Barnett's just gonna get walked down, pushed against a cage, and beat up. He's too short. 6'5" versus 5'9", 83-inch reach versus 75-inch. I can't wait for their face-off. That's gonna be, dude. Barnett's gonna be looking at his fucking stomach. Like, he's so fucking short. He makes DC look tall. So, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Always give me Chris Barnett. This fight's funny. It's gonna suck to watch Barnett lose, but again, just seeing him back is cool. So, give me Chris Barnett by knockout first. Do I think that's actually gonna happen? Fuck no. But it's good to have good to have the GOAT back. That's all I'll say. So, yeah. So that was the first 4 prelims. Again, usually that'd be the early prelims, but I guess we're not doing that this week. So I guess let's get into the 5th fight. Really no need to talk about anything besides just that. So let's do it. 5th fight of the night. We head back to middleweight. This fight's good. This is a pretty fun fight here. As in our 5th fight of the night, we have a fun fight in the middleweight division. This ain't gonna go 15 minutes. I would be shocked if it did. As we have in our 5th fight of the night, Magomedov versus Bruno the Hulk Ferreira. Fun fight. Like, one of these guys is not very good, but these guys get finishes. This probably ain't gonna go 15 minutes. Should be a fun fight. Let's get into it. As we will begin with a fraud. Abus Magomedov. Abus in the UFC is 2-2 now. He fought Kyle. His 2 wins are Dustin Stoltzfus and Rory Alves. His 2 losses are Sean Strickland and Kyle Borrello. Yeah, Abus sucks. He's a complete fraud. We learned that against Strickland, we saw that against Kyle. He's a can crusher. He can beat your Dustin Stoltzfus and your Rory Alveses, but he can't do much else. His striking's really good, and he has decent power, but cardio-wise, he's terrible. Ground game-wise, I want to say he got better, but he was fighting Rory Alves, who's dog shit, so... Hey, he beat that dude. Fucking Leal couldn't beat, so... I don't know. Not very much to say about Abu. Unless he gets better at 34 years old, who knows? Well, unless he starts getting better as a fighter, which it all comes down to cardio and ground game, and he did show better ground game against Worley, but again, Rory Alves, so take that for what you will. I don't really have much to say about Abu. I think he's a fraud, and until he does something that proves that otherwise, I don't really got much to say about him. Talk about his opponent, Bruno Ferreira. Bruno in the UFC is 3-1 coming out of Contender Series. His 3 wins are Gregory Rodriguez, Phil Halls, and Dustin Stoltzfus. And he lost to Sultan Ruziboyev. Bruno's good. He's definitely getting better. He's definitely, he's still, he's been fighting crazy his whole UFC run so far, but he's getting better overall. He smashed Gregory Rodriguez in his first fight, which is an insane win. I think that's RoboCop's, last L. I think he's won, 4 or 5 in a row since. Ended Phil Hawes in the UFC, and destroyed Dustin Stoltzfus' face. He's just looked really good. Yeah, he lost to Sultan, but that was a short notice Sultan. We didn't know how good Sultan was at that point, and funny enough, now we know he's not that good, but at the time... He was an interesting fighter. He was way bigger than Bruno, so yeah, he just caught his kick and dropped him on his fucking head. So, but I think that L made Bruno better. Cause now he's rattled off 2 wins since. So, yeah. I don't know what to really say about Bruno. We've not seen him leave round 1 yet. He's not left round 1 in a fight since 2022, so take that for what you will. He's never won 2 decision. But he has a ground game. He has 3 submissions. He's a really big dude. A lot of power. Powerful dude. Strong dude. He's good. He's a good prospect in middleweight division. If he can keep improving as a fighter, then he can be a decent I don't know if he's going to be top 15. Because I don't know if I see that in his future. But I think he could be a top 25 dude in that division. So, yeah, get a win here against Abu, who is not very good. And, yeah, then we can really start talking about how far he can really go. Not really sure what else to say. He's good. He's a good fighter. You're gonna be in a fight with him, win or lose. So, yeah. Not really much else I can add. Unless I'm blatantly forgetting to say something, which I doubt it. The bang after his fight are, again, shocking, as Abu is minus 150 to plus 125. How? Bruno Ferreira should be the favorite here. He's the better fighter, more impressive fighter. I don't care that Abu lost to Strickland and Kyle. He got fraud checked by those guys, and he sucks. So, how is he the favorite? Bruno Ferreira should be minus 150, funny enough. So, give me Bruno Ferreira. I don't know what the bang odds are smoking. He should win this fight. He should be able to break Abu. We know Abu is really, Strickland broke him. Kyle would have finished him if he really wanted to. Bruno should be able to break Abu. Hulk smash and all that. like in either late in round 1 or early in round 2, he should be able to put Abus out. So yeah, give me Bruno Ferreira by knockout in the second is what I'm feeling. He should be able to break Abu. If Abu can land that crazy shot that puts Bruno down, or then cool. But do I think he's gonna land that? No. And outside of that, how else is he gonna win? He's not gonna wrestle Bruno for 15 minutes. Bruno has a better ground game and cardio. So, and if these two are striking, it's not a chance in hell it goes 15 minutes. So, yeah, give me Bruno Ferreira by knockout in a second. I don't really know what else to say. I think these betting odds are insane. And again, when I saw them, I was just like, huh? Like, the Bruno Silva one for one thing, because he's on a 3-fight skid. Bruno's won 2 in a row. What the fuck? So, give me Bruno Ferreira by knockout in a second. He should beat Abus Magomedov, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but he should beat Abu. So, yeah, not very much else to say in that department. Bruno Ferreira by knockout in a second. More weird betting odds. After that, we had to our 6th fight of the prelims. A very fun fight in the lightweight division. A fight that, not even that long ago, it would have been looked at as a crazy good fight. And now, yeah, it's more just another build-up fight. But it's still going to be a fun fight. As in our 6-5 tonight, in the lightweight division, we have... I swear I'm never able to say his name right correctly, but consistently. Myktybek or Orolbai versus Mateusz Rębecki, whatever the fuck that nickname is. Fun fight, Orolbai, another build-up fight. Fraud Becky back after getting smashed by Diego Ferreira. See what happens here. Well, we know what's going to happen. It's going to be an Orolbai win, but still, we can talk about it a little bit, so just not very much else to say. Let's get into it. Well, of course, we'll start with Myktybek Orolbai. It's the weirdest name in the UFC, I swear to God. Orolbai is 2-0 in the UFC, though, beating Euros Medic and Elvis Brenner. 2 very fucking good wins. Euros, a very good welterweight, moves down to his weight class, beats Elvis Brenner in a tough fight. He's looked good in the UFC so far. Like, he looked like almost flawless against Euros, and then against Brenner, he had some problems. Definitely showed a few holes in his game. His cardio is iffy. He was very tired in that fight. His striking's decent. Like, he's a very well-rounded fighter. It's just, it seems like his cardio isn't, like, that's the main thing I remember from the Brenner fight, is he was super tired, like, late in that fight, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. Good thing who he's fighting is also not known for great cardio, so yeah, he should be fine in that department. So, but yeah, he's a good fighter. His ground game's where it's at, but he can strike also. He can get it done really anywhere, and yeah, he's good. He's really good. He's more than a meme. Like Chris Barnett, we all love because he's a meme. We like Orolbai because he's a meme and good. So at 26 years old, he's making a real name for himself at lightweight. A win here, and he's easily, like, I'd say, on the doorstep of a ranking. One more fight against against like a Dober or someone like that, who's always in that, like I said earlier, a guy who's always on the outside of the rankings. Then I think he can easily get ranked. Like, he could easily be ranked by this time next year, so yeah. But first, beat Rębecki real quick and get that out the way, so yeah, not really much else to say. Orolbai's very good, and yeah, don't really got much else to add. He's more than a meme. To talk about Mateusz Rębecki, his opponent. Rębecki, I don't got much to say. He got fraud checked in his last fight against Diego Ferreira. Before then, he did beat Nick Fiore, Loik Rajabov, and Roosevelt Roberts. Yeah, we should have kind of, like, I was not high on Rębecki after the Nick Fiore fight. I wish I would have stayed like that because, yeah, Diego Ferreira beat the shit out of him. So all that fight showed Rębecki can beat cans. Because all he did was beat cans. Fiore sucks, Robert sucks, Loik is decent. But then the second he fought a decent fighter, a good fighter, he got completely mauled. One of the worst beatings of the year, so Yeah, I don't know. As one prospect falls, another one rises up, and now Rębecki's getting used to rise up Orolbai. So, yeah, at 32 years old, just coming off getting fraud checked to to have to fight Myktybek Orolbai, that's kind of fucked up. So, but nah, fuck, don't get fraud checked, buddy. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Could he win this fight? I guess, but I doubt it. The banner after this fight have Orolbai minus 275 to plus 210. Yeah, I think that's about right. I don't think you can have many higher. If you want to move him down to maybe minus 260, that's fine. That's the lowest I would go. Orolbai should win this fight. He's the better fighter. Like, striking-wise, I think Rębecki's better, but on ground-wise, I think Orolbai's better. Actually, especially after Diego Ferreira fight, Orolbai's way better. Cardio, neither that great, but I think Orolbai will have better cardio. And, yeah, it's probably going to go 15 minutes either way. If there was a finish, I guess it'd be a Orolbai submission, but I really don't see that happening. I think he's just going to take Rębecki down and kind of control him for 15 minutes, some ground and pound maybe. Not too much, just like kind of what he's been doing. And, well, what he tried to do against Brunner didn't really work, so hopefully he does look a little better after that Brunner fight, but against Mateusz Rębecki, he should. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Give me Myktybek Orolbai by decision. Should be, I really don't see him losing this fight. Get it to the ground and win. Pretty simple. Yeah, it can't be much simpler than that, especially after Diego Ferreira fight. You know what to do, so do it. Myktybek Orolbai by decision. After that, we go to our co-main of the prelims. How this ain't the featured prelim anymore, I don't know, but UFC does not give a shit about logic. As in our featured, in our co-main event of the prelims, we have some old dudes in the welterweight division. As we have in our prelims co-main in the welterweight division, Geoff, Hands of Steel, Neal, no, I won't call him Jeff Neal, versus Rafael dos Anjos. Not very much I can say. It's a fun old dude fight, like Darren Elkins, Pineda. You know, that was a way better fight. These are just two old dudes. Someone has to win. Someone has to get a win. Not really. Like, we know what this fight is. Geoff Neal barely fights. Not that good anyway. RDA needs to retire. I just not sure what you want me to say, so let's get into it real quick. We'll begin with Geoff Neal. Neal in the UFC is 7-4. He's not had that many fights. Coming from the Contender Series. Excuse me. His best wins are Frank Camacho, that was a brutal knockout. Nico Price, Mike Perry, Santiago Ponzinibbio, and Vicente Luque. His losses have been Kevin Hall. That was even before the UFC, my bad. That'd be a cool rematch. So his only losses in the UFC have been Wonderboy, Neil Magny, Shavkat, and Ian, which are 4 very understandable losses. Ian's the worst one, but I feel like Geoff Neal lost that fight more than Ian won it because Neal barely fought. So, yeah. Geoff, he's getting older, and you can tell. Like, the only thing he's really good at is just hitting hard. Cardio sucks. Ground game sucks. Like, he's 34 years old. He's never active. Like, this is the first time he's fought twice in a year since 2021. So, like, he's just not. I've never, like, at one point I guess I was impressed with him, but I don't know. I've just, I don't know. Like, and now he's 34 years old. He has giant holes in his game, and like, I forget he's even in the fucking rankings. I just remember he's in the fucking rankings still. I don't know why. Like, he hasn't done anything in like fucking 4 years to be ranked. He beat Luque, wow, and Ponzinibbio. Good job. You beat 2 old shitty fighters. I don't know. Like, at least he's fighting. He's trying to be active again, but at 34 years old, and when your only strength is hitting hard, I really don't know what you want me to say, so... yeah. I'm not really sure what to say. Speaking of old, RDA. Fucking retire. Jesus, dude. 21 and 14 in the UFC, 40 years old. I'm not going down RDA's career. You every day changes weight classes. He's not really done a lot lately. He looked okay against Gamrot. He beat Moicano 2 years ago. He was a former champ, too bad no one fucking remembers. He's old, he needs to retire, and like he's perfect for PFL or something. Like he's like the perfect old. He's not like Chuck Liddell old, where if you fucking touch him he's gonna get knocked out, but he's like he can still fight a little bit, but he shouldn't be fighting in a top promotion. He should be in fucking PFO. Go get paid to fight at your old. That's it. Go box. Yeah, he'd be perfect for that boxing bullshit. Go box Jorge Masvidal or some bullshit. Or go rematch Nate Diaz in boxing, some bullshit like that. But he should not be in the UFC anymore, bare minimum. So if he loses this fight, should they cut him? Probably. Will they? No. They love RDA. And he's done a lot. He's fought a lot of names. He's been a good fighter at times, but he's fucking 40. He's old, and he needs to retire. So, yeah, not really sure what else I can say. The betting odds for this fight have Geoff Neal minus 310 to plus 250. I would move him down. I don't think I would have him that big of a favorite. I think I'd have Geoff minus 210. I think that's a little better. Maybe 220 at most. He should win this fight. He's a lot younger than RDA. We know RDA's chin has been cracked before. Not even before, lately. Fucking Fiziev dropped him and put him out. So I could see Geoff Neal landing that death shot on RDA and putting him out cold, but outside of that, this fight's gonna go to decision. Most likely RDA is just gonna try and grapple him for 15 minutes and win that way, but more than and it might work. Again, Geoff Neal has never had the strongest ground game, but overall I think Geoff should just be able to win a pretty boring striking match. So give me Geoff Neal by decision. I don't really see a finish in this fight. I either see a boring striking match or an RDA grappling match. So hopefully I'd rather see the first one than the second one. So yeah, give me Geoff Neal by decision. Not really excited for this fight. I get it, they're both OGs. They've had good moments in the past, but in 2024 they're too old. So they're too old. So yeah, can't really think of anything else to say. Give me Geoff Neal by decision. Could go. I guess RDA could pull off the upset here, but do I see it happening? No. Do I care? More importantly, no. Geoff Neal by decision. Who knows? And now for our featured prelim, for whatever reason, we head to light heavyweight for a battle of pretty much undefeated dudes, as we have in our featured prelim in the light heavyweight division, Ibo, the last Ottoman, Aslan versus Rafael, the Lion. Let's try this name. Cerqueira. I can't wait to hear them say it, and I'm gonna be nowhere close to that. But it looks like Cerqueira. My bad. I definitely fucked that up, but whatever. The dude's gonna lose anyway, so who cares? Yeah, I get why this is the featured prelim. I don't. I get it because it's probably gonna end in a finish. I don't, because how the fuck is RDA not the featured prelim? So, fuck, make Orolbai the featured prelim, or fucking Chris Barnett even. I don't know. I like Ibo. I think he's good, but it should not be the featured prelim. Besides the point. Let's get into our featured prelim in a light heavyweight division. I can't say shit. I don't know why. Let's just get into it. Ibo in the UFC is 1-0 coming out Contender Series. Yeah, this dude's just been knocking people out. He looked amazing on Contender Series last year. in his UC debut in a rematch of Anton Turkalj. The only guy to beat him. He looked good. He was able to go into round 3 in a banger fight. It was a really good close, not close, but really good fight. And he was able to put Anton down in round 3, get the win, and get revenge. So yeah, we've not seen a lot of Ebo, but what we have seen, he's looked good. Again, a quick knockout Contender Series. She showed the ability to go deep into fights. Well, that's his first round 3. Yeah, that was the first time he's been in round 3 and he got the knockout, so he's good, man. He's a good prospect in the division. Is he the best prospect at light heavyweight? Not really. I think that's definitely Omer Sy right now. That dude's really fucking good. But I think Ebo's an interesting one. If he can keep getting better, because I think he's kind of young, ain't he? 28? Yeah, he's hitting the peak of his fucking life. Yeah, if he can keep getting better, he can be interesting. He can be a very intriguing fighter. So, a good prospect, and that's what light heavyweight needs right now. They don't have a lot. Like, they have so fucking little in that division. That's why Pierre's wanted to go up to light heavyweight. He's beat everyone. He needs new challenges. They need the Carlos Albergs, Omer Sy, Ebo Aslans to win. So there's new challenges. People are tired of Alexander Ratchik, fucking Anthony Smith, and goddamn Volkan Oezdemir. So let's fucking get some new blood. We're in that stage where we need new blood in these divisions, and let's see if Ebo can be that for light heavyweight. He's good. You don't want to get touched by that man. He's gonna put you down. To talk about his opponent, Raffael. I've never seen this dude fight a day in my fucking life. He was meant to be on Contender Series this year, but he had 3 canceled fights. None of them his fault, so when you get 3 canceled fights on Contender Series, you gotta just sign the dude. You just have bad luck. You deserve you deserve a UFC fight at that point if you're getting 3 canceled fights. That's just fucking bullshit after a minute. So yeah, not really sure what to say. Never seen this dude fight in my life. 11-0, 34 years old, a little old, Jesus. Yeah, let's see what this guy can do. Fighting Ebo. He's probably going to want to take it down if he wants a chance at winning, but looks like this guy's a striker. He only has 2 submissions on his record. Yeah, 2 submissions. So, he's probably going to try and strike. This is one of Dana's, if you don't know now, you know fights, which means it's probably going to end in a nice finish. So, let's see what this Raffael dude can do. An upset over Ebo Aslan would be a ginormous debut win. Let's see if he can do it. Doubt it. Well, you never know. The betting odds for this fight are actually not what they say they are in Tapology here. It's pretty much a pick'em now. If anything, Raffael is almost becoming the favorite. I don't get it. Ebo should be like minus 160 in my opinion, at lowest minus 140. Like, I don't know how good Raffael is, but until I see him fight in that cage, I won't know how good he is. I know how good Ebo Aslan is, and is he a perfect fighter? No. He was having a close fight with Anton Turkalj. I think he was winning, but it was a close fight. He's good though. He's getting better. So he was able to go into round 3. Has Raffael ever been into round 3? I think he won a decision, didn't he? Yeah. So he has won round 3. But I don't think we're going to have to worry about decisions and cardio here. I think this fight probably ends in the first 10 minutes. I'd be a little shocked if it went to full 15, and if it did, it'd probably be pretty boring. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope for a quick finish here. So we can only hope, right? I'm going to go with Ebo Aslan, obviously. I think he should win this fight. I think he should win this fight because I've never seen the other guy fight. I think that's good enough reasoning. And I'm going to go Ebo by... I just don't see a decision. I'm going to go Ebo by knockout. In the first, I don't see him. I feel like he's going to put a Raffael down. So, yeah. Again, I think this fight ends in the first 10 minutes, and I'm going to say it ends in the first 5. Yeah, because Ebo does his best work in round 1. Yeah. Give me Ebo Aslan by knockout in the first. Maybe I'll change it, but what I'm feeling right now is Ebo knockout in the first. Against a debuting guy who's 34 years old, going to try and strike for him probably. Give me Ebo Aslan by knockout in the first. What's the size? Okay. What's 1 inch in height and no reach? Okay. Give me Ebo by knockout in the first. Should be a fun featured prelim. Still should be REA or Orolbai or even Chris Barnett, but that's besides the point. Ebo Aslan knockout in the first to end the prelims. Well, it only took an hour. Sorry if that was loud. But it's a good prelims. Like, if just looking at this screen, this is a good prelims. The worst fight on it is probably Bruno Silva. Oh no, I would say Rinat. No, yeah, Bruno Silva. But if you're looking at every fight, Rinat could be good. Maybe this could be good. I doubt it. This probably won't be the best fight. But then we get to the good fight. Banger, 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 old, banger. It's a really good prelims. Like, hell, this could be a fucking. This could be a. Put a main event on top of this. This could be a fight night main card, and it'd be a decent one at that. So, it's a good prelims for a fucking pay-per-view prelims in 2024. It's good, but actually pay-per-view prelims are usually good. It's the main cards that are sucky, but this one isn't far from. So, good prelims in the books. It should be a fun few hours, and these are gonna start at 10 in the goddamn morning, so they better be good. So, yeah. Besides that, let's get into this main card. Enough rambling. We got more rambling to do, so let's just get into it. Oh god, I hate this motherfucker. As in our first fight of the main card, we head back to head back to middleweight again for a fine fight. No, I'm gonna try and be nice. Now this fight's fucking trash. And then our main card opener, we have Shara Magomedov versus Armen Superman Petrosian. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time on this fight. You already know who's gonna win. They're giving Shara another layup. He's gonna look trash in, because he's not good. Shara's trash. I don't see the hype. I never did. Even from the jump against Bruno Silva, I thought he looked super mid. And, like, I don't even care about the person. He's not good. Like, we get, he's an asshole. A lot of fighters are assholes, whatever. He's not good, and it sucks when the UFC tries to push these bad fighters. They do the same shit with Ian Gary and many others. They're not good. Stop trying to push them. And I don't got anything to say about Petrosian. He's just here to fucking lose. Most people probably don't even know who the fuck he is. He's this might be his first fight ever out the goddamn Apex. He's an Apex guy. So, he's not fucking good. Shara's not good. This fight's gonna suck. Sure, if Armen's a tough dude to finish, so good luck there. This fight's gonna suck. Give me Shara by decision. He's not good. I can't wait for him to lose. I can't fucking wait. When they give him a real fight, he should have lost to Oleszejczyk. I thought that was a robbery. Oleszejczyk would look better in that fight. But, I don't know. This is pathetic. Like, I get shit. Like, if this fight was a featured prelim, fine. On the fucking pay-per-view, fuck you. He's trash. Move on. Shara by decision. Fuck him. After that, we get to our first real fight of the main card, and our second overall. As in our second fight of the main card, we head to the featherweight division for a banger between Lerone the Miracle Murphy versus Dan 50K Ige. Remember when Dana said Ige was going to be on the sphere? That promise meant fucking nothing. He promised him he was going to be on the sphere and then fed him to Lerone Murphy in fucking Abu Dhabi. Thanks, Dana, you fuck. I guess that's the reward he gets for stepping in against Lopez. Yeah, I don't know. This is a fun fight. This is a fun fight, though, and let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Should be a fun fight. That Ige even makes us a brawl. Let's see what happens. I don't know why my brain just went fucking numb there. I just kept saying it's gonna be a fun fight. But yeah, let's talk about it. We will start with the undefeated Lerone Murphy, who is 6-0-1 in the UFC. His 6 wins are Ricardo Ramos, Douglas Silva de Andrade, Makwan Amirkhani, Gabriel Santos, Josh Kulabau, and Edson Barboza. Really, he's 5-1. This was still a robbery, but besides the point. His one draw was with Zubair Hugo for whatever reason. Laron's really fucking good. Like, I don't think I really gotta tell you that. He's really fucking good. He shut me up. I picked Edson to beat him. I thought he was kind of a fraud since he lost to Gabriel Santos. And then he beat the shit out of Edson Barboza for 25 minutes. He's good. This kid's good. He's going to be a problem in division, especially if he can look good here against Dan Ige. We're in for an interesting... He's going to be an interesting part of that division. Because we know the UFC love their British guys. They want another champion. Because all they got right now is Aspinall, who they fucking hate for no reason. So, Murphy might be their best chance at another bout, because outside of him, Paddy, I don't know yet. Leon's a joke. Do they got anyone else? Mukayev's gone. Yeah, I can't say anyone else. So, yeah, Laron's good though. He's well-rounded. He can strike, he can grapple. He's going to be a problem for anyone, and he's going to be a problem for Dan Ige here. But you can never count out the veteran, Dan Ige. Talk about Ige real quick. I don't need to say much. He's 10-7 in the UFC. He's the king of beating the unranked dudes. His last 4 wins were against unranked guys. We all know he stepped in a short notice to fight Lopez. He looked good in that fight. I still think people put a lot too much value into that performance since Lopez did have to make weight 3 times and change opponent 2 hours notice. But I do respect both guys for that fight, and again, I feel like people put a lot of value into that, and already they're proven wrong with Diego Lopez because he looked really good against Ortega, and everyone, I can't believe Lopez actually got some hate for that performance if you really look at it, but besides the point. We know what we're getting with Dan Ige. He's going to try and knock your head off, and he's a good striker, good veteran, good cardio. Ground game, never really been a strong suit. He has 5 submission wins. Who the fuck did he submit in the UFC? Danny Henry. I don't know. We know what we're getting for Ige. He's a good veteran. He's a good guy to always have in the rankings because he's good. So let's see how he's gonna test this kid. The Bangers have Laron Murphy minus 200 plus 165. Yeah, I think those are pretty on the nose. He should be a favorite, not a giant favorite because Dan Ige is still very good, but I think a big enough favorite to where it's okay, yeah, he should win. Because Murphy I don't think he's in lock territory. He's on the cusp of lock territory, but he should win. He's in that middle ground. He's not a lock, but he shouldn't lose. He should win. So, yeah, it's not a pick'em. So, yeah, I'm going to Laron Murphy by decision. He should win this fight. Ige's gonna test him. He doesn't want to eat one of those shots from Ige. But outside of that, Murphy should be able to land the better shots, maybe get some takedowns if he wants to, and probably win I could see a 29-28, but more likely a 30-27. So, yeah, should be a good fight though. Both guys are strikers, good ones at that. And yeah, I'm gonna go Laron Murphy by decision. He should keep his O here and keep climbing the rankings. Let's see how far this kid can go. He's really fucking good, and a win over Ige, beating Ige and Barboza back to back. Dude's having a good year. Laron Murphy by decision. After that, we get to our featured bout of the main card. Still don't know what that even means. Our third fight of the main card, heading back to the light heavyweight division for a, I think, pointless fight, but people will pretend this fight's good, or could it go any other way than the way it's gonna go, so whatever. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time here, because there's no need to. And then our third fight of the main card, we head to light heavyweight for Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rocket Ratchik. Again, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time here. There's no fucking need to. We know what's gonna happen. Ankalaev is gonna win this fight. This is a waste of fucking time. Like, who are we fooling here? Ankalaev should either A, have already fought Alex at 307, or B, should be waiting to fight Alex. This is just bullshit. This is a waste of his time. This is a pointless fight for him, because either he loses everything, or he wasted his time beating fucking Ratchik. Ooh, wow, you beat Ratchik, a dude on a 2-fight losing streak, who's 2-3 in his last 5. So, I just don't get it. I don't, like, respect to him for staying active. He did not need to take this fight. Respect to him for staying active, but, like, I just don't see it. And for all the people who, oh, Ratchik's good, he's a fine fighter. Like, and he's a fine fighter, but let's be honest, if Ratchik wins this fight, is Alex gonna fight him? No! He doesn't, most people don't fucking care about Ratchik. We know he has no chance against Pereira. Khalil's a better fighter. Khalil had a better chance. Like, Ratchik's just a guy. He's a fine fighter, but he's not a champion. He's not a top 5 dude. He's just Ratchik. Yuri beat him. Jan, I get he got injured versus Jan, but still, it's Jan. You should not be having that many issues with him. Ankalaev is gonna win this fight. Gonna be boring. Quick decision. I doubt he finishes him, even though he might just be pissed off. You know? I didn't think about that. This might be a pissed off Ankalaev. Ooh, I just considered that. This could be a really pissed off Ankalaev who's just gonna try and maul Ratchik. Ooh, I did not consider that one. He might fucking maul Ratchik. Like, ooh. Ooh, I did not consider that. He might fucking maul this poor dude. I think I'm gonna go Ankalaev by finish. He's gonna try and hurt this guy. He's pissed off. He wants that title shot. Give me Ankalaev by... I'm feeling a TKO in the second or third. I'm going second. I think he's gonna. I'm gonna go Ankalaev by finish in the second by TKO, knockout/TKO. I feel like this guy's pissed off, and let alone I do need to give a finish prediction on my main card. I didn't think about it. This could be pissed off Ankalaev. Give me Ankalaev by knockout in the second. He's gonna be fucking pissed off, wanting to kill Ratchik. He wants that title shot. Yeah, give me Ankalaev by knockout in the second. He's coming for blood. Ratchik, good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. Give me Ankalaev by knockout in the second. This could go really fucking bad for Ratchik. Good luck, man. All the people who think you have a chance. That's funny. After that, now we're into the big two. For now, until Hamzat pulls out. We're on to the co-main event of the evening. Another middleweight fight. Ooh, okay, you gotta like seeing that. We head into the middleweight division for a fight we are finally getting to see after Hamzat did Hamzat things earlier in the year. As in our co-main event of the evening for 5 rounds. Keep that in mind. We have Robert the Reaper Whittaker versus Hamzat Boars Chimaev. Oh boy. We still got time for the fight to get cancelled, so be ready. But, yeah. Let's see what happens. It's finally gonna go down. The Reaper against Chimaev. I'm excited. If it actually happens, I'm excited, and I might have a little shocking of a prediction here. I don't know, y'all might not like this, but let's get into this. I'm not gonna tell you about Robert Whittaker. You know Robert fucking Whittaker. Everyone on earth knows Robert fucking Whittaker. Main thing I'll say, if we get to Whittaker, we saw against Ikram Alshkerov. Hamzat, you're done, son. And I'm just gonna point out to him, Whittaker's only been submitted 1 time, and it was not in the UFC. Just gonna point that out there. We know we're getting Whittaker. He's Robert Whittaker. He can still fight with the best of them. 33 years old. He's still Whittaker, and he wants that belt back. Will he get it? I don't know. Can he beat Drakus? Maybe. Can he beat Strickland? Probably. I'm excited to see the Reaper. Always good to see the Reaper. But then, you got Khamzat. Finally fucking back, you sick bitch. What can I say about Khamzat? That I don't think he's that good. I think he's a fraud. Like, you gotta talk about Khamzat in two ways, pretty much. You gotta talk about the first Khamzat, who we saw just run through everyone, the Leech, GM3, etc. This guy right here was gonna be a champion. Then you got this guy, a close fight with Gilbert Burns. Great fight, but his Gilbert Burns, you should be beating him a little easier. Smashing Kevin Holland. Good job, this Kevin Holland. And then beating Kamaru Usman in a god-awful performance. Yeah, that Usman performance was fucking bad. He looked awful. His cardio looked like shit. His striking looked like shit. A lot of people think he lost that fight. I don't agree. I think he won the fight, but he looked fucking awful. Now he's sat out another fucking year because Khamzat, he can't ever stay active anymore. And now he's fighting Whittaker again. Or now he's meant to fight Whittaker again. This is do or die for him. If he this is actually probably the biggest fight of his career, because this is do or die. If he wins this, Khamzat's back. If he loses this, it's over. It's over. Everything the UFC built with him, everything he built, it's done. Like, it's already on the verge of breaking down after especially after this fight. But if he loses this fight, it's over. Even if he wins this fight and he doesn't look good, which I kind of do that in a 5-rounder, it's over for him. So he needs to look good in this fight. He needs to show the Khamzat of old. But is that wolf still in him? He's 30 years old now. He barely fights. He looks like a fucking librarian for some reason. Does he still have that wolf in him? I don't think so. I think that guy we saw in the pandemic, the guy who ran through the Leech, is gone. I think he got sick and fucking died. So, and now we have a dude who's falling ass backwards into wins. So, I don't know if he's gonna do that here, man. I don't know. I was a full believer in Khamzat was a champion. Gonna be a champion. I thought he could be a two division champion. I thought he easily could have won the welterweight and middleweight belt. But now I don't think he can fucking even get a title fight. So I don't know. Let's see if that wolf is still in him. Only one way to find out. Maybe make it to the goddamn fight this time, you prick. The betting odds. Khamzat at minus 225 plus 185. I think y'all are insane. Is this almost a pick'em? I would almost have this a pick'em. Like, in a way, like, the only one you can debate is if you put, I guess Khamzat could be a tiny favorite, but I might almost have this a pick'em fight. It all depends on what Khamzat shows up. And even then, another caveat, if we do even get Khamzat of old, this is a 5-rounder. Can he go 5 rounds? He's not going to finish Whittaker. Unless he lands a perfect knockout punch. He's not going to submit Whittaker. He's not going to TKO him, blah, blah, blah. Unless he lands the perfect knockout punch like Izzy, I just don't see him beating Whittaker. He can't go 5 rounds. We know he's going to be gassed after round 1. I don't know what Khamzat we're getting. I know Whittaker we're getting because we get the same Whittaker every time. He's Robert Whittaker. What are we going to get from Khamzat? I'm intrigued. I'm completely intrigued. He should not be minus 225 though. I think that's a little bit much. So I'm gonna go Whittaker. I'm going Whittaker. I can't trust Khamzat. He has to prove that he is still Khamzat, cause I've not seen it. I've not seen Khamzat Chimaev in fucking 3 years. So I don't know. Give me Robert Whittaker. In a 5-rounder. In a 3-rounder, Hamza could fall ass backwards into a win. He did that with Usman. In a 5-rounder, it's over. I would not be shocked if Whittaker finished him in the 4th or 5th. So, give me Robert Whittaker by decision, though. I don't think he's gonna finish him, but I think he's gonna win this fight. Round 1's gonna be interesting, but I think round 2 is when it's gonna start showing what fight it's gonna be, and then 3, 4, and 5, I think we're gonna see the Reaper. Give me Robert Whittaker by decision, but don't be shocked if he got a late finish. Whew. And now, the main event of the evening. After just talking about Hamza and Whittaker, and this is gonna be happening at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. We have the main event of UFC 308 for the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the world. We have Ilya El Matador Topuria versus Max Blessed Holloway. Here we go. Is Ilya legit, or is the best still blessed? Here, oh boy, this is gonna be insane, especially if they do that fucking thing in the first 10 seconds. We're in for a fucking treat. I'll just get it out the way now. Who is my pick? The best is blessed. If your name's not Volkanovski, you ain't beating him. I'm going Max Holloway. I think Ilya is a decent fighter. He hits hard, he has good striking, the ground game's decent. He's not shown anything that he can beat Max Holloway, though. Yeah, don't even start with the Volk shit. That's overwashed Volk. Good job. Plus, MMA math, don't use that shit. Besides that, couldn't finish Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell. Like, Ilya's best chance is knocking Max out, and you're not knocking Max out. It's Max Holloway. That's like trying to fucking... You have a better chance of trying to fucking fly. Like, you're not knocking out Max Holloway. It's that simple. So, his bet... I don't think he has the cardio to go fucking 5 rounds Holloway. No one does. Outside of Volk. So... if you just compare them as fighters, who's the better striker? Max. Who's better on the ground? Ilya. But Max has never really been held down. Like, who's actually held Max down? Outside of Connor 10 years ago. Nobody. Who has better cardio? Max. Who has better fucking durability? Max. Who's been in more title fights and been 5 rounds more? Max. Like, who is coming off the knockout of the goddamn year and winning the BMF belt in a fight people thought he had no chance in? Max. So, everything's just pointing to fucking Max. I'm like, again, I think Ilya's a fine fighter, but I don't even think he's the second. I don't even think he's the one to bet. I think Lopez is better. like, cool, you beat Volk, but you have to have the old washed Volk. Now you have to try and beat Max, and then if you somehow won this fight, you gotta go try and beat Lopez. Good luck in those fights. I think they're both better than Ilya. I think Ilya's the 3rd best lightweight, or featherweight. Like, I've not seen anything to prove otherwise. Outside of beating Bryce Mitchell, wow. Josh Emmett, and old Volk. He can prove me wrong Saturday night, but I've not seen anything to prove he can beat Max Holloway. If fucking Gaethje, who everyone thought was gonna beat Max, got fucking annihilated, what the fuck is he gonna do to Ilya? Max is in his fucking bag, and I just don't see anyone beating him. Out, like, cause he's gonna, like, let's say he does win this fight, then he has to go, then he fights Lopez. Do you think Lopez beats him? I love Lopez. I doubt it. And then let's say he wants to go get a second belt. Do you think fucking Islam beats him? No. Fuck, if he wanted to go get a welterweight belt, he can go do that too. Like, the best is still blessed, and until Max shows signs of declining, which he hasn't, in this fight, he's actually somehow getting better, maybe. I'm going Max Holloway. That simple. Like, the only thing Ilya has over Max is power and grappling. and power is meaningless against Max, so it's just grappling. And Max has, again, never really been held down. He has a good submission, defense game. I don't think he's ever been submitted. I don't think he's ever been finished. He's been submitted one time by, I think that was Dustin in featherweight. Oh no, yeah, in his debut 12 years ago. So, give me Max Holloway by decision. I think 50-45, maybe if Ilya gets a lucky knockdown early, 49-46. I just don't see Ilya hanging with Max. So, give me the best, because he's blessed. Max Holloway by decision. Prove me wrong, Ilya. Prove me wrong. Till then, and new, and again, the best is blessed. Finally, boom. Those are my picks to go over them one more time. Rinat by decision. Bruno Silva by decision. Farid Basharat, my lock of the night, by decision. Chris Barnett by knockout in first. Bruno Ferreira by knockout in second. Myktybek Orolbai by decision. Geoff Neal by decision. Aslan by knockout in the first. Shara Magomedov by decision. Lerone Murphy by decision. Magomedov by knockout in the second, maybe. Whittaker by decision. And Max Holloway by decision. Boom. Bang. Done. This is a good card. When I can maybe count 2 bad fights, I don't think this is a strong fight, and this ain't great. Everything else I think's interesting. Oh no, yeah, no, never mind. This fight's shit. Rinat's better than this, so this garbage, and this ain't good. But everything else I think's fine. So, like, when we hit this point, then you know the card's just good. Got banger, 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 trash. And then after Shara, it's just gonna be like 2 hours of bangers. I can't wait. I'm so fucking hyped for this card. Not hyped about waking up at 10 in the morning for it, but fuck it. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. So, let's, less than 48 hours. Let's see what happens, man. Weigh-ins tomorrow, I guess tonight at this fucking point, because they're in Abu Dhabi, so tonight, hopefully everyone makes weight, everything stays as it is. Hamzat, we're looking at you, dickhead. And, let's get some early fights, and on Sunday you'll hear me recap these fights. So, yeah, I can't have anything else to say. I'm hyped, you're hyped. Let's see what happens. Unless I'm forgetting to say something, if I don't think I am, again, you'll hear me recap this card Sunday, probably 1 p.m. EST, since it's an early card, so I should be able to recap it Saturday night pretty easily. And, yeah, unless I'm forgetting to say something, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't believe I am, as always, RX out. Good vibes only and always.